Hello and welcome back to Adventures in Disability. Apologies about the awkward camera placements. I'm not a headmate who particularly cares about that, so just deal. We've gone to a point in our recovery as of last summer-ish, late summer, yeah, where we're thinking about our future and what to do. One of our conclusions is that we're going to do best if we are our own boss. So that being said, we have to think about what can we do. And let's say we have a degree in English Lit. We also have some history making YouTube videos, some experience editing videos. So it kind of came to a natural conclusion that, hey, why don't we make a video about English Lit. Sorry, a YouTube channel about English Lit. So we're currently in planning stages for that. Some other headmates were like, hey, we can do a gaming channel, Minecraft. So that's also in the works. And then this channel is also going to be part of it, Adventures in Disability, but more kind of just jumping into it instead of doing very much planning, because I mean, this channel is us exploring how to work around our disabilities, work with our disabilities. And so it just kind of makes sense to go ahead and start this channel while we're still figuring out what the heck do we do. So as part of our first draft of our business proposal, I don't know why that's in, I don't know, it's other headmates who are doing the business proposal side of things, where we're kind of in the looking at the accommodations section, which I know is not usually part of a business proposal, but we're just kind of including everything that's relevant in this initial draft, even including things that will wind up becoming their own documents. And in order to try to set ourselves up for success, we decided to come up with an accommodations section. And for example, we started with a list of basic rundown of what I'll have to work with / around. One of them is dissociation. Will sometimes be strong enough that I won't... What? Will sometimes be strong enough that I won't be able to work for several days at a time. Dissociated, not strong. Lack sleep schedule. My body decides when it wants to sleep, and I have to work around that. Consequently, unable to work regular hours. The sleep thing is something we stopped trying to figure out ages ago. We think it's just tied to our mental health issues. So we're just focusing on mental health stuff, and hopefully the sleeping side of things sorts itself out in time. Then also loud sounds are painful when sustained, such as dogs barking, can cause headaches, nausea, disorientation / dissociation, uncontrolled jerking, and we're sensitive to sounds afterwards. So yeah, that's kind of a few issues I have. And I'm editing this video and I realized that we completely left out the topic that we are not the most steady on our feet. That seems kind of important. So this is still very much a work in progress, and perhaps we'll share an updated version of this later. So what I've done to try to set myself up for success is look up accommodations, which I really wish I had done years ago, just to try to get more of an idea of what I need. So I found a website, askjan.org, askjan.org. They talk about different accommodations for different disabilities, and that's kind of what I want this video to be about a little bit, is or a lot bit is how I just, what the process of me figuring out what I need to set myself up for success looks like. So at first I tried having different sections, like one for ADHD, one for anxiety, one for depression, one for DID. Not that AskGen has a section for DID, but yeah. And eventually, because all of these things because AskGen breaks things in the accommodations down to different categories, such as attentiveness / concentration, executive functioning deficits, that kind of things. And it just wound up being it just became easier for me to make different sections for like attentiveness / concentration, etc. Managing time, that kind of thing, with notes about, oh, this is something affected by depression, anxiety disorder, ADHD, PTSD. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm not going to read every single accommodation suggested, but I kind of want to just go over it a little bit, or I guess an idea of how this looks for me. Maybe, I'm sure other people have done this kind of thing for themselves, in which case I'm interested to hear what other people have done. Yeah. So first of all, attentiveness / concentration affected by depression, anxiety disorder, ADHD, PTSD. One of these things that I like is desk pedal exerciser, which is just kind of something to keep me like physically doing something. Similar note, fidget devices. I actually added down a note that might be a good idea to have a small selection of fidget devices on my desk. Noise canceling headphones, earbuds, and or headsets. These are noise canceling headphones, so that's something I already do. These aren't even playing any music right now. They're just kind of like a comforts thing of like, oh yes, they help soften some sounds, and that's awesome. Desk organizer, color-coded system for decreased stamina / fatigue affected by depression and PTSD. And this is one of the things that I like about going to a website and looking at their suggested accommodations, because this is a thing that I wouldn't have even thought to put down as issues that I need to work with. So this was nice. They suggested an anti-fatigue matting, which isn't going to be useful for me working at my desk, but maybe in the kitchen. So like, this could be useful for other areas of my life, Flexible scheduling, periodic rest breaks. Yeah. Executive functioning deficits affected by anxiety disorder, depression, ADHD, PTSD. Noise canceling headsets. Again, sound absorption or soundproof panels. I'm not sure how that would be set up in my bedroom, but I'm kind of thinking about it a little bit of how that would be doable. Checklists, timers and watches, written instructions, managing time, affected by anxiety disorder, depression, ADHD, PTSD. Checklists, color-coded system, extra time, reminders, supports person. I'm not sure how that would work. Maybe like just checking in with my significant other when I get stuck. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Written instructions, task flow charts. Memory loss, affected by anxiety disorder, DID, depression, ADHD, PTSD. Now, granted, they don't have, like I said, the website doesn't have a section for DID, but I'm just kind of sticking it in here and there of like, yes, remember, this is a thing we have to work with. Checklists. The checklists are just suggested checklists are just suggested in so many sections, really. Labels, bulletin boards. I'll have to figure out how to do the bulletin board thing, because our office is our bedroom, and we want our bedroom to be a place that we can also relax and not worry about work. And so we don't want, like, so we just need to figure out how to handle that in a way that doesn't have work screaming at us from our wall when we're trying to just decompress a little, you know? Mental confusion. Affected by PTSD, also added down dissociation. And they say electric organizers, reminders. There are a couple other things that I just didn't vibe with. Is that a thing we're saying now? Okay, interesting. Moving on. Multitasking affected by ADHD. So apparently they're worried about ADHD people trying to multitask. So there it's a task flow chart, task separation, noise sensitivity affected by migraines. And this one I was happy to find, because I wasn't initially like, oh, I need to look for migraines on here, but they did have a section for migraines. So I looked in it and I found noise sensitivity, which, as we've already established, is an issue of mine. Interestingly, though, most of their suggestions kind of were for deafness. Communicates by other methods: typing, writing, hearing protection, noise canceling, earbuds or headsets. Yeah, I guess these aren't really quite hearing protection, although we like to try to pretend they are. Closed captions on videos. Closed captions are already something we want to provide anyways to make our channels more accessible. That is something that's important to us. Organizing / planning / prioritizing, affected by anxiety disorder, DID, depression, ADHD, PTSD. Desk organizer, timers and watches, checklists, color-coded system, etc. Reminders, task flow charts, written instructions, yeah. Pain / headache, affected by migraines. Ergonomic equipment, and we're not sure what we would need ergonomically, but that's something that was worth looking at. Flexible scheduling, which something we already need anyways. Non-fluorescent lighting, actually that also got suggested for attentiveness / concentration, though I'm not sure if I actually bothered to write that down up here. No, I didn't. Noise canceling earbuds or headsets, sound absorption or soundproof panels. So, yeah. And yeah, in case I didn't already say it, I do get migraines. Not nearly as badly as I used to, but hey, they're still a thing. Sleeping / staying awake, affected by depression. Flexible schedule, periodic rest breaks. Yeah. I mean, some of this is stuff that I was already like, okay, I need this, but it's still. Stress intolerance, affected by migraines, depression, ADHD, PTSD. They have apps they've suggested. I haven't really dug into those yet, but I will. I just generally find that the mental health apps, I just generally find that the apps for mental health stuff generally just annoy me. I don't know why. I mean, it's worth checking out, seeing if... But I also do want an app that is helpful and doesn't annoy me, so that's something I do want to look at more into. Sound therapy system, white noise. White noise was also suggested in other sections here. I just skipped it when reading out loud here. Flexible schedule, support animal. Did I put in support animals just to torture myself? So at this point in time, we do not have a support animal. We did have a cat. He was a very effective support animal. Lost him earlier this year. We do have a dog, but he's so sensitive to our moods and stuff, and then he gets all tense and like, what's wrong? So it's I love him with all my heart. He's not a support animal. I think that finishes off this video. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe. If you've done something similar to this for yourself, but different approach or whatever, I would love to hear what did and didn't work for you. I realize at this point I have exactly 1 subscriber, but if we could eventually get like people sharing tips of what helped, what didn't help them, whatever, in the comments, that would be awesome. I would love that. So hit like and subscribe if you want to come along with me in my adventures in navigating disability. Oh yeah, and yesterday we made a little video that we wanted to upload as a shirt, but then we couldn't figure out how to upload it as a shirt, but whatever. So we're just gonna stick this on the last bit here since it is on topic. Just a little bit of us being like, what in the world are they suggesting here for ADHD? I do not comprehend what. So yeah, enjoy. To help me plan for my future, I'm looking at a website that helps come up with accommodations for various disabilities. They have pages for like depression, anxiety, etc., ADHD. So under ADHD, they have sections for attentiveness, concentration, managing time, executive functioning deficits, you know, the usual stuff. One of the sections they have is social skills, and one of the suggestions they have is tangible rewards. So I'm sitting here trying to figure this out, and I'm like, if you're saying I should get a cookie every time I manage to perform social skills without getting weird, I don't know what to say. I'm just not sure what this is talking about, and literally all it says is using tangible rewards as feedback to employees who perform quality work is one way to use incentives as a type of accommodation. So, cookies, I guess.